So that's good. So welcome those who are on Facebook. There was a little glitch, but I think it's taken care of. We were just continuing with the hand on the chest and the other hand on the abdomen. So breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And I had just encouraged everyone who is joining new to try to start from the beginning. All of these days sessions are on the Facebook and on Instagram. You can see them in sequence. It's better so you get to know what's going on. So again, we have felt this. Hand on the chest is quiet, is settled. It doesn't move. And hand on the abdomen moves out. The belly extends as we breathe in, and it moves in towards the back as we breathe out through the mouth. We exhale through the mouth. And we were feeling that our face is soft, that our shoulders are soft and easy and hanging, not shrugged up. And our hands are also soft and not tight and not pushing, just easy. And we cycle from face to shoulders to hand on the abdomen, and then the silent hand on the chest area, which doesn't move, the anchor for the breathing. So we do this a couple of times. So as we continue to do it, we cycle from the face to the shoulders, to the hand on the abdomen, to the hand on the chest, feeling the softness, the relaxed feeling, the easiness. And everyone does it on their own rhythm. We breathe in until we feel we really have the fullness of the breath. We take a pause, and then we breathe out through the mouth. We feel we've emptied comfortably. We take a pause just to notice that, not a long pause, just to notice that, yes, this has ended, and now I'm ready to move to the inhalation phase. And then take a breath, and then cycle again through the face, relaxed, the shoulders relaxed, easy, the hand soft, delicate. Very good. Now we open the eyes, that we have awakened all these values. We stretch, we take a deep breath, pulling the arms up and letting go and breathing out. So again, in stretching, pushing towards the roof, towards the ceiling, and then letting the arms relax. We do this another time. Take a deep breath in as we stretch out. And then we relax, we let the hands down. Great, we're sitting comfortably. The left hand is on our lap, somewhere comfortable, open. Make sure it's not tight, because when we are stressed or tired or fatigued or anxious about something, you will notice sometimes even during the day that you're clasping your hands like that. So we don't want that. Remember, even if you feel like the day, from time to time, realize, is your hand tight? That means you are, even though you might be on the mind level very easygoing and saying things, but if you notice your hand is tight, you know that inside there is some pressure, inside there is some anxiety. So just open it up and feel it easy. So this hand, therefore, on the lap, easy, comfortable. We take the right hand, we put the right thumb on the right nostril. We close that nostril without pushing too hard. And we take a breath out. So we exhale through the left nostril. We let the air out. And when we've emptied it, we pause a little and take a breath in through the same nostril. We close that nostril with the middle and ring fingers, and we exhale on the right side. And inhale back again on the right side. Again, do this at your own rhythm like we were doing before. So do this for a minute. We continue as our attention is easy. It can go wherever it wants, but obviously since we have to move from one nostril to the other, our attention is realizing that, yes, we are taking breath out, we are letting the air out, yes, and we are taking the air in. And then we close, and then air out, and then in from that side, we close, air out, and in on that same side. So we're just realizing that we're establishing the rhythm at our own innocent, simple, comfortable rhythm. So continue to do that even as I talk, and I, will give some more instructions, but you continue to do that as I speak so that it's a natural process with you. So I hope Christine from California and Sarah Gulen from Los Angeles are enjoying. Sarah from Madagascar, wonderful. Marion from Canada, they are joining us, and continue to do it. Continue even as I speak, or call, some things, or ask for something, or mention some names. So that habit comes into you, it becomes more and more automatic. We have from Norway, Sandra. We have many greetings to everyone on the Instagram also. Joanne from New Mexico, Denver, Colorado, Juliana, Francesca from Rome, Maria Luisa from Spain. Wonderful. You're doing great. Great. And Geert from Belgium also with us. So we continue. And now our attention, as eyes are closed and we're doing our pranayama, is going to feel the prana. Prana is the life force. And when we inhale it, we take it through the nostril in, we feel it, it's a healing, it's a beautiful, pleasurable feeling of taking that powerful but very soft, very easy life force that maintains the movement of the body, that distributes all the oxygen and even the more subtle level of life, the more subtle level of our reality to the whole body, And therefore we keep breathing in and feel the healing energy as if it's something really beautiful experience, the most simple, pleasurable experience of taking air in. And then when we breathe out, we let go of the byproducts of metabolism, the renewal all the old values go. And among them is the stress, any pain, any anger, any fear. We just let it go. We just let it go. So there is an inward stroke of fullness and joy of taking the healing force of the prana, the life force, and then letting out the product of the healing, which is those things that are byproduct of the process of normalization and reorganization. Wonderful. Francis from Kenya, it's great with us. Anna from Poland. We have Mona Ajami from Cyprus. Greetings to all. Chris from Belgium. Wonderful. All take the fullness of life and let go of any negativity, any weight, any hardness. And you can do this, of course, this is a session where we're doing it together, but it's a preparation to do it by yourselves at home, 3 to 4 times a day, every time for about 5 minutes. So you're now learning how we do it, and we do some of it, of course, together. And then you do it on your own. So now we're going to add something interesting. I'll ask you to open the eyes because this is a discussion we will have. So take a few seconds and open the eyes, and just want to connect something new to the process, because every day we're adding a little bit. Once we've established the basis, we will be adding something a little new and more delicate in the process. See, in Veda, in yoga, in Ayurveda, in the different parts of the Vedic literature, there is a principle of Prakriti, which means nature. And Prakriti is made out of 8 elements. These 8 elements are air, starting with the lighter one. We are calling the Mahabhutas, the 5 elements. So the lightest one is actually space, then air, fire, water, and earth. From the grosser one, the heavier one, of course, we take them the other way around. It starts, therefore, from earth, water, fire, air, and then space. And then actually comes the mind, the intellect, and the self, and the ego. So the self is the ego, the Atma. And the connectedness between the physical body and the mental aspects happens at this interface of the senses and the mind. And there is therefore a physical body, and then the physical body connects with the more subtle values of the mind and the intellect, usually through the senses. The senses, they are looking always for more on the outside, and the senses are taken into the system of Ashtanga yoga by Patanjali, as Patanjali explained it, in terms of what's called pratyahar. Pratyahar has been often misinterpreted as being drawing the senses by force back to the self. And Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, who introduced transcendental meditation, beautifully explains that the senses actually are drawn by their own nature to want more and more in life. So they are drawn by the desire to have, better things to hear, better things to taste, better things to touch, better things to feel. So we are always wanting more and more beautiful things. And that's the nature of the sensory connection with the physical life that we have. In transcendental meditation, we take the inward direction. When we close the eyes, we allow the mind to go inwards, and therefore the senses are going to be drawn towards the inside, because inside of us is more than the most. And therefore the senses don't have to be forced to go to something more pleasant. If you give them the opportunity, they'll go there. The mind is searching for more, sometimes through the senses, sometimes through the thoughts, through the intellect, etc. And this is what people learn when they practice transcendental meditation. They learn that by turning the mind inwards, then there is a dive inward. And that's why transcendental meditation naturally brings us to this inner state of pure being and pure fullness. And this technique, of course, will be made available as soon as there is a possibility to move and get to know to meet each other again. But at this stage, since we are in this special situation, we're going to use a kind of preparation for this technique, but a very subtle preparation of what we are doing. What we are doing through the pranayama is also connecting this movement back and forth of the breath through the life force to all the elements. And we are now going to take two of the elements. We're going to take the element of space and the element of air, the element of gaseousness. This is two subtle elements. And in Ayurveda, these two subtle elements together, they are connected to what is called vata. Vata is movement. So there is vata, which is movement, and it's connected to space and air. There is digestion, metabolism, which is pitta in Ayurveda, and that's connected to the element of fire mainly, but also air can be included. And then there are the heavier elements which create structure, the physical, more structured values, and that in Ayurveda called kapha. You don't have to know these, but just to give you an idea of what we're doing. So how is the breath going to help us connect these together? We're going to first put attention on the value of space. Space in Vedic literature and the Ayurveda and yoga is connected with sound. Air, which is the second thing we will do also today, is connected with touch. So we can explain this more in detail, but for now, because we want to be focusing on the practical application, we're gonna just see how we can have the breath, the life force, connected to sound, connected to space. And we connect to the space value by using the sound quality. So we're working on a very refined level of our sensory systems, and we connect like that these different elements. So once we have done these few exercises that we have done so far, which prepare the diaphragm, prepare the normal breathing, the easy breathing, the body's relaxed, and then we let go of, stresses, appreciate the value of prana. Now we're going to connect even the more subtle values, even the more values that are related to mind and concepts of sound, concepts of touch, etc., or the sensory system which bridges body and mind together through the breathing system, through the prana. So when we do the prana and we have one nostril closed, we get the air out. So first we just let the air out. Now what we are going to do is allow the air in and notice the sound that it creates. It creates some sound, the sound of breathing. It's very simple sound, nothing magical about it. It's just you hear your breath moving in. So that is your sound value. So let's do that. Sit comfortably. Even if there are some sounds outside, neighbors making music or some friends or family members walking around making noise, don't worry about them. Don't try to push these sounds away. You're going to just have your attention innocently on the sound as the breath moves in and out. So as we start our pranayama, we sit comfortably, we close the eyes, and we now have our thumb on the right nostril. If you're using the left hand, of course, your thumb will be on the left nostril. But, if easy, then let's all do it with the right hand. It's better. And then we breathe out without worrying about anything. We close the eyes and we breathe out through the left nostril. Now, as you breathe in, notice the sound that the air creates as it moves in. We close the left nostril, and then we breathe out, and we notice the sound, just noticing the sound. We pause and we take a breath in again, and we are our attention on the sound that the air makes as it moves through the nostrils. We do this a couple of times. Couple of times on each side at our own rhythm. Continue to do that, and now what you want to do is, even as I speak, you want to see how quiet the sound can be if you breathe in a soft way, whether you can even not hear the sound anymore. Now, don't force it, don't hold the breath, but just as you breathe in, see if sometimes the breath sound goes away, sometimes it comes back, and see also if by breathing in a certain way, which is a more delicate, soft way, the sound goes away. So it's there, like the sound is at its subtlest possible level. Usually this happens when you breathe softly, more softly, rather than taking a deep breath quickly and forcing it and forcing the muscles and all that. If you breathe softly and easily and rather on a slower, little slower way, you will notice that the sound is not as much prominent, and even you can breathe in and out without any sound. Now, don't force yourself, just notice it. Just notice how it works. And if ever you feel that you are short of breath or it's uncomfortable, don't try to hold on. Don't try to force it. Just be natural. Then breathe out and let the sound come. It's okay. Or breathe in and take a deep breath. That's not the idea of trying and then feeling uncomfortable. The main thing during this pranayama is to feel comfortable, to feel completely easy. The mind is just noticing when is it that I don't have a sound, when is it that I have a sound. So I'll not speak for a couple of minutes and I let you experience that. Very good. So Jai Gurudev, we open the eyes, take a few seconds. George is asking if we can do it laying down. It can be done mainly for the breathing of the abdomen and the chest, but best if for the pranayama we do it sitting up. So that is more conducive to settling the mind and remaining awake even while we are resting and calm. The mind is calming down. So this is wonderful. Today we have taken a little longer, but it was an interesting step, and we had a little glitch at the beginning on the internet. So what you do now at home is 3 times a day, 4 times a day if you can, 5 minutes. So first you sit comfortably, you make sure your abdomen and chest are, in the proper rhythm of motion, that the face is soft, the shoulders are soft, the hands are easy and soft. And then what you do is breathe a little like that for 1 minute or 2 until you feel comfortable. Then stretch, and then sit again, close the eyes, and do the pranayama. And as you're doing the pranayama, first you just do it for a minute, not minding anything. And then you have this feeling of wholeness coming, the healing value of the breath in, the life force being taken, and then letting go of fear, of anxiety, of worry, or even grudges against others. Just let it go. It's not helpful. So we let it go as if the healing process is there. We do this for 1 minute, and now we are ready to connect on the subtle aspects of nature. And this subtle aspect will be space, which is connected through sound. That's what we did today. We'll take more tomorrow, but today we have done that. And for that, you just first notice how the sound is as you breathe in and out. Notice how the sound is. Where is it? And then start seeing, when does it go lower, lower, and lower until it's probably gone completely. And then just see how you breathe with no sound at all. But again, don't hold your breath too long. Don't feel strained. So if in the middle of that you feel you've been too slow and the body needs a fresh air or something, just take the breathing, breathe normally so you feel comfortable. The main thing is for all this to happen comfortably. So now we will close the eyes and wish you all the best. Daida, I show your comments. Yes, it's wonderful, as if it's on a course. And Jennifer is there, Mirabai, David from Iowa, wonderful, Sally Rosenfeld, greetings from New York, and all greetings and gratitudes to anyone who is there. Remember to tell your friends if you feel this is helpful. This is a time when our Transcendental Meditation movement, with the blessings of Maharishi and the teaching that he has given us, is wanting to be available to everyone and give these simple techniques to help during this difficult period. So get your friends if you want them to join and to benefit from it, and encourage them to start from the beginning and continue through the days. They don't have to do every day by day. They might do maybe 2-3 days in the same day until they feel comfortable, their body is in tune with the program. So enjoy, and then those who practice Transcendental Meditation, once you've done that, to enjoy it, it's great. Then you just, of course, sit comfortably, close the eyes, and you do your program. And during the transcending program, we don't worry about how the breath is going or not going, because all of these happen naturally, as you well know. So take it easy and enjoy fullness of life. And we meet again tomorrow. So we'll close the eyes anyway, even if time has passed a little longer, and be with you for about 5 minutes, and then enjoy to meet you again tomorrow. Take care, Elvira from Germany, and Ram. Today, I think, is the new year, I was told, maybe for Nepal and India. So that's wonderful celebration. It's all again this theme of renewal that is happening in these days with Passover and Easter and New Year and Ram's birthday and Hanuman. So let's see this as a renewal and the start of wonderful times to come, and make the best out of this inner experience that nature wanted us to be on. So Jai Gurudev, everyone, and we'll close the eyes and be together in silence for 5 minutes. And those who don't practice transcendental meditation, go your pranayama and do like 5 minutes as we have just described. Jai Gurudev. Take your time, come out easily as you like. If you want to do a little more, go ahead. Wonderful to be connected. And yes, we should translate it in many languages. Simonetta wants it in Italian, so I'll talk to our organizers and see how we can have this done. Take care and be happy. Life is bliss, and it's our birthright as humans with such a precious nervous system to be able to live that bliss and not be subject to situations and circumstances, but be anchored in the infinite pure self, our inner being, the transcendental reality of pure life. Jai Guru Dev.